Hello everybody, I'm George from Ireland. Here I am in Cape Town Central Business District. Notice the West End behind me. And here I am on this pedestrian bridge over a busy road. Years ago I met this South African mother and daughter in the United Arab Emirates. And they're saying South Africa is a Western country. And I viewed that with some skepticism. But certainly I've seen in some parts of it, it is. I mean, Western isn't like superior morally or civilization or anything like that, but just tends to correlate with a higher level of development. I suppose a country could be non-Western like Japan or Taiwan or something and still highly developed in other regards. But yeah, in downtown Cape Town, I see what they're talking about, that everything's in good nick. There are all these skyscrapers. It compares favorably to some Eastern European countries such as Romania. So, you know, it's not like things are lacking a lick of paint. Yeah, it just functions so well. What else about functionality? It's quite safe, and there are obviously plenty of people with a lot of money, but then again, this is the wealthiest area of the wealthiest city in South Africa, so atypical of the rest of it. And there are some people who've got nothing. There are people living in shanty towns, or, you know, homeless people, the flotsam and jetsam of this society in the city centre. And so street people who are begging, people who have been picking. So obviously not everybody's made it. 30% of South Africans are unemployed. Anyway, but you'll see what I mean about how highly developed it is. And this area here was only reclaimed from the sea in 1947. So technologically very advanced, has outstanding hospitals, some universities which stand comparison with middle-ranking universities in Ireland or the United Kingdom. Look at that Sky Hotel there, for instance. And yeah, it's got all these features to just make it a more pleasant living space or working space for these office workers. Bit of a centre for financial services. Standard Bank has got its headquarters here. Plenty of smart restaurants. There'll be upscale shopping centres and so forth. And it's not just there are plenty of cars. They tend to be fairly modern, expensive cars in many cases. There are not that many which are sloppy jalopies. So there's hardly any refuse on the streets. They've got lots of police and security guards around because violent crime was a major crime. Violent crime was a major headache in South Africa. And so they're very keen that that shouldn't get in the centre of Cape Town. Partly because tourism is fairly important to the economy of the city, and they don't want to kill the goose that laid the golden egg. So there's a lot of construction work that's going on, and people vote with their feet. Tony Blair, not a man whose word I heed over much, but he said the fundamental question about any country is, are people trying to get in, or are people trying to get out? And overwhelmingly they're trying to get in. And so there are people from all over Africa coming here, wealthy people like Nigerians relocating here, and are taking taxis every day. The taxi drivers often from other countries, as is usually the case, like Burundians, Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Somalis, and so on. Not that many South Africans. So all the sort of well-known Western brands like Starbucks is here, Woolworths. So what can I say? But I don't think it's completely lost its identity. It's not just identikit consumerism. And like the colonial era architecture with the verandas, sometimes it feels faintly like these Wild West saloons, some of the places up Long Street, which has got a lot of bars, and there's quite a historic area, and that caters to tourist clientele in many cases. We're told the palm trees are actually not indigenous to this part of Africa. They're brought in anyway, but nevertheless they prospered here, like the eucalyptus trees. Now look at that, for example. So the thing is, everybody speaks English, usually perfectly, and I can't think what else about it. Everybody gets to go to school, even the poorest child gets to go to school. But yeah, obviously the government has still not done enough to close the gap between the affluent and the poor. And since the end of apartheid, there is a black upper class that wasn't before, of multi-millionaires. The black middle class expanded, a lot of black people are working class, but some people are still in poverty. And the government needs to do more to help them, but there's too much peculation and corruption. Obviously there should be none, but got to be realistic, and every country exists. And here it's worse than in many Western countries. Okay, and people don't adhere to the rules of the road that much, I've noticed. South African friends saying, if South Africa is always a freer country, you can get away with speeding, breaking a red light, going without a seatbelt on, smoking in all sorts of areas, but it is dangerous. I haven't seen very much dangerous driving, haven't seen any evidence of any crashes or anything like that, but this is what the CBD, the Central Business District, is like. See what I mean about the automobiles coming past? Actually, very few motorbikes I've noticed. No tuk-tuks. A few cyclists at a major cycling race a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, got a lot of attractions, and it functions really well. You can pay by card everywhere, and the police, they say, are good. They don't shake people down. They all get paid on time. Okay, so anyway, I don't know if have we got a feel for the place yet. Annoyingly loud construction work. Adderley Street's one of the other major commercial streets. What was I going to say? Is it the Green Market as well? So I was surprised it's a Stridom Street because he was an apartheid era prime minister. So they've not renamed that at all. Okay, they're like rooftop bars, plenty of 5-star hotels, things like that. So what do you think? It kind of could be anywhere in the developed world from what we're seeing. Right, thank you for watching my channel. Make sure you subscribe on Patreon. Donate to PayPal, georgecallahan79@gmail.com. And do pay a visit to Cape Town. Fortnight was possibly too long. I could have done it in a week if I'd crammed things in. So should have gone, I have some doubts, maybe I should have gone on a safari or something. Or possibly a real safari on land. But it didn't seem good value for money. Okay, so showing you more of highly developed Cape Town and Johannesburg or something similar. All right, goodbye everyone.